They called her CORPER Sandra, the jewel of camp, the CORPER every girl envied and every guy desired. But behind her beauty was a story that would test the meaning of love, loyalty, and betrayal in ways she never imagined. Sandra was young, graceful, and breathtakingly beautiful. Her curves turned heads, her smile lit up rooms, and her confidence commanded respect. Before she ever packed her bags for NYSC, Sandra was already promised to a man she loved deeply. His name was Michael. He wasn't rich, but he was devoted. He had asked her to marry him. Will you marry me? He said gracefully. Yes, I will marry you, Michael, she said with so much joy. The wedding plans had already begun, families had met, dates were being discussed. But Michael, selfless and loving, told her, "Go, Sandra. Serve your country. Enjoy the NYSC experience. When you return, we will marry, and nothing will ever separate us." Sandra held on to those words as she entered the camp gates, her white sneakers gleaming, her khaki folded neatly. She walked in with pride, ready to represent her fiancé, her family, and herself. But the camp had other plans. From the first day, whispers started. Who is that CORPER? See her shape, see her beauty. Girls threw side eyes, their envy sharp as knives. Boys crowded around, desperate to carry her bags, to sit beside her at meals, to talk to her during drills. But Sandra remained untouchable. She walked like a queen, ignoring every compliment, dodging every smile. She belonged to Michael. She had given her heart already, and nothing could change that. Until Daniel arrived. Daniel was no ordinary CORPER. He was the governor's son. His presence alone carried power. Girls chased him too, not just for his looks but for the prestige of being connected to him. But Daniel had eyes for only one person, CORPER Sandra. Unlike the others, he didn't try to woo her with empty words. He showed up in her life like a quiet shadow, always there when she least expected but most needed. When she was thirsty after parade, Daniel brought her water. When her sandals broke, Daniel replaced them before she even asked. When she looked tired and drained, he found her food, sat with her, and listened. He didn't call her baby or a fine girl. He called her simply, Sandra. And each time he said it, her heart skipped. At first, she resisted. She told herself, no, I belong to Michael. I cannot betray him. She avoided Daniel, turned down his offers, and reminded herself of the ring that was waiting for her at home. But the human heart is a dangerous thing. And day after day, Daniel's care melted her defenses. One night, during the campfire, sparks flying into the dark sky, Daniel found her alone. He looked into her eyes and said softly, Sandra, tell me you don't feel it. Tell me your heart is not betraying your mind right now. Sandra's lips trembled. She wanted to say no. She wanted to deny it. But the truth was, she did feel it. She felt the warmth of his love, the safety in his presence, the way he seemed to see her beyond her beauty. That night, she couldn't sleep. Her body lay on the bunk, but her mind was with Daniel. Days turned into weeks. Slowly, Sandra gave in. She smiled at Daniel more often, she laughed at his jokes, she let him carry her bag. People noticed. Whispers spread around camp like wildfire, the governor's son has taken CORPER Sandra. She has forgotten her fiancé back home. And though Sandra still told herself she loved Michael, deep inside, her heart was already torn in two. Then, one evening, Michael called. His voice was filled with love and longing. Sandra, I miss you. I can't wait anymore. As soon as you return, let's fix our wedding. I want you as my wife. Tears welled in Sandra's eyes. She whispered, I love you, Michael. But as she ended the call, she turned, and Daniel was standing there, watching her with a softness in his eyes that Michael had never shown. He reached for her hand and held it. In that moment, Sandra broke. She cried, torn between two men. She loved Michael for his loyalty, but Daniel made her feel alive. Her diary became her only comfort. She wrote, "Michael owns my past. Daniel owns my present. But who owns my future?" The last day of camp came. The soldiers blew their whistles, coppers hugged, some cried, others laughed. Daniel pulled Sandra aside. He held her close and whispered, "I don't care if you marry him. I will fight for you. Because you are mine, Sandra. You are my copper, my only love." Her heart shattered. She couldn't answer him. She boarded her bus, leaving Daniel behind, her mind spinning. When she returned home, Michael was waiting at the park with flowers. He embraced her, kissed her forehead, and said, "Welcome back, my future wife." Sandra smiled through tears, but her heart was not whole. Days passed. Wedding plans continued. Michael's family visited, Sandra's mother fussed over dresses, and invitations were being prepared. To everyone else, Sandra was a bride-to-be. But inside, she was broken. At night, she dreamt of Daniel's touch, Daniel's laughter, Daniel's words, "You are mine." Then came the letter. One evening, Sandra received an envelope slipped under her door. No name, no return address. Just one message. "Sandra, do not marry him. He is not who you think he is. If you want the truth, meet me." Her hands shook. Her heart raced. Was it Daniel? Or someone else? Sandra was trapped between loyalty and passion, between her past and her future. She had to make a choice. But whichever choice she made, someone's heart would break. And that, dear listener, was the moment Sandra's story truly began, a story of love, betrayal, confusion, and the dangerous power of the human heart. Like, follow, comment, share, and also subscribe to my channel for more African Tales stories.